Bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RBs created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees. Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone actually.
Welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. I hope everybody's had a tremendous week indeed. And thank you for joining myself, Cecil, Morgana, Steven, and Tully.
What's up, family? What's up?
Hey,
We were talking about Cecil and his charitable donations. He really is just such a thoughtful person. If you don't already know that, Cecil has a heart of gold.
Yeah. Anyway.
You get my feet up off the floor before my toes get.
Seriously, one of the most charitable people in the area, mind you.
People mistake selfishness for charity, I believe.
Well, you know.
That's how I roll. This isn't my damn way. I want this gone.
What's up, Shelby?
But-
Shelby.
Hey, Shelby.
Hey, everybody. Shelby, Landa.
Crystal, Alan, and all
Cecil-
the rest of you who aren't
Cecil
speaking.
said we ain't going live till people start chatting from now on.
Well, to be fair, Crystal fired us, so I'll talk to y'all next time.
We're done. It's over.
So, in 1947, a shepherd boy threw a rock in a cave near the shores of the Dead Sea and heard pottery shatter. What he found inside would become one of the greatest archaeological discoveries in human history. Ancient scrolls hidden for nearly 2,000 years. But what exactly did they contain? Why were they hidden in the first place? Huh? Tonight, we explore the mysteries of the Dead Scrolls.
The Dead Sea Scrolls.
The Dead Sea
Dead
Scrolls.
Sea. And I'm trying something new, guys. Okay. I'm creating a poll.
Uh-oh.
Is it made out of wood or metal?
Over Stephen's head.
Really? I mean, it's crossed my mind.
I've never seen the poll thing before.
And that's the first time I've seen it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm trying it tonight.
Cool.
I have hit that age. I don't know if it's a midlife crisis or what, but the thought of selling all my possessions and moving into the middle of the woods
Oh
and
yeah.
finishing out life there just sounds so good right now.
Try that out. Put a 1, 2, or 3 into the chat if you can see that poll. Vote on it. I did. So you type the number in the chat to vote. That's how that
Yes.
works.
Is that how it works? But
Mhm.
but yeah, it's sounding really good.
Ooh,
Sounding
wrong
really good.
bad, my bad.
There we go.
That's where I wanted it.
No.
No, see, I can do this.
Somebody check the caves.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I mean, it's an ideal. It's an ideal.
Somebody check the caves. Yeah. Oh.
I can sell ginseng and stuff during the summer. I don't know how Mandy's going to adjust that way of life, but you know she's got to do what she's got to do.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, okay. That would be really easy. The only downside I see to this at all is not hanging out with you guys.
Oh, I mean, you can keep internet. You can steal internet.
Okay, so as long as I can keep my internet and nobody knows where I'm at, then I'm all in.
And I'll make a little. You can make a little hydro dam at a creek and get your electricity from that. So,
hey, you can get little solar panels pretty cheap. I've got solar panel fans on all my rabbit hutches.
Yeah.
You know they're selling Starlink at Home Depot now.
For real?
Really? Yeah, I saw it tonight. You get, and it's pretty affordable. It's $300.
Yeah, I know people that have it. I don't like the speeds on it, but
it's better than nothing if you're in a cave.
Yeah, it won't
if
go
you're
down.
in a cave, that would be my option, because otherwise I really don't want to donate anything to Elon.
He's an alien.
That's right. No, yeah.
Did
At
you
the very
know,
least.
So these were discovered, the sea scrolls were discovered in a cave near Qumran, Israel.
Qumran. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're calling them manuscripts. Maybe I'm just dumb. Have they always been contextual ancient Jewish manuscripts?
Yes.
Well, and they kind of think of them, as a bunch of old religious writings and stuff. But a growing theory when I was researching that this time, and it's been a while since I've done Dead Sea Scrolls, was they think that when the Romans were coming into Jerusalem, that they took like a library or a set of, documents and stuff and took them out to the caves to hide them. And that they were actually documents from different, they weren't all done at the same time. They were actually, a collection built up over time.
Yes.
So,
Basically the Essenes, it was a school of the prophets. And whenever they would have understanding or they would receive a vision or a prophecy about some of the text, they would write their commentary down and they would keep it. There was a time about 200 years before, about 200 BC roughly, that's when what they considered cults took over the religious system in Israel, which would have been the Pharisees and the Sadducees. And the Essenes were the ones who were actually keeping up with the true beliefs. And they actually went into Egypt for a while. Whenever Rome came in and took over, that's when they felt it was safe for them to return to Israel. So
crazy. Well, I didn't realize we had the foremost expert on the call, because that's way more than I do. That's crazy.
But yeah, that was it. They even predicted the date that the Messiah would die in 32 AD. So in April 32 AD, I think April 4th. Does that sound right? Something like that. So they were.
Nobody expects you. We were on time today, so
Yeah,
if we're on time, you got to be on time. So
7-ish.
You're so funny. Well, and that was one of the things too. Like I said, let me think. Let me see if I remember my history. I know a lot of what was in them. They were very apocalyptic.
Yes.
There were one text was called the War Scrolls, and it refers to the end times and the sons of light and the sons of darkness.
Yes.
Because one of the rabbit holes I went down was, is there any connection or possibility that, say, the scrolls were related to the Library of Alexandria? Because, when you hear just the basic history, it's like, oh, the library burned down. But while it was attacked, I think it was more of a decline over time. It was attacked, but they didn't destroy everything. But then there was time before it totally went down for them to move stuff out of Alexandria and stuff like that. So,
Right.
but the the ones that were doing the Dead Sea Scrolls were a very secular separatist group. So
Yes, they were.
While they were all out there the same thing at the same time, and there was probably some overlap because the time that they estimate that a lot of the Dead Sea Scrolls were written is the same time that Alexandria was at its height. So the possibility that there was connection, or that those people had actually had some kind of communication, is very possible, but not necessarily that they melded together in any way.
Right. Yeah. It's and one thing a person could do is, if you had time, to do an overview on the Dead Sea Scrolls and compare that to what the other Jewish leaders would have been writing in the Talmud.
Mhm.
There's a huge difference between those two. I mean, there's some stuff in the Talmud that's I don't know. I'm at a loss for words to describe some of it. So not good at all.
Yeah. And a lot of, I think, old religious texts or philosophical texts and stuff, when you start going down those holes, you really have to wonder, because none of it was written by one person. There is not one religious text or philosophical text out there that was written by one specific person, and they're the only ones who contributed to it. But in all of those groups who wrote X document, there's at least one or two that are about half out of their minds. They went down a path that you're just like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's a fair assessment of it all too. I mean, just like some of the prophets, who were in the Bible, some of the things that they were told to do. You look at it on the surface, think, my goodness, everybody was probably thinking this guy was just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at John the Baptist, I mean, his diet was locust and wild honey.
Mm-hmm.
He ate bugs and he preached.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
But he was a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
He was paving the way for the Messiah. So.
Well, and if you look at things like, by definition, I'm not even going to say by definition, because I'm going to totally screw up the definition, but anybody who is a prophet is seeing things and hearing things that nobody else can see or hear.
Right.
So, who's to say that there, maybe locusts and honey were what he needed to keep his sanity while he was seeing and hearing all of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, as odd as what that may sound, that was actually kosher.
I was going to say, but it's also protein, very high protein, and honey is one of the best things under the sun for so many things.
Yeah.
So there you go. Buy the honey.
There you go. We segued right into that, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We sell it.
Yes, we do. So like I said, yeah. So I mean, I like I say, on the surface, a lot of things look crazy, but when you delve deeper into it, another thing that I've more recently come across, because they're still working on the Dead Sea Scrolls. I mean, there are still thousands of fragments that have not been more than just moved into a safer environment. So, as people are working on it, they are opening up more and more. And one of the things that the last couple of decades that they are starting to think that might be possible is they've run some handwriting analysis and DNA analysis on the parchment. And it's looking like women may have had a role in producing and preserving some of the manuscripts, because in a time when most women, according to what we're taught, were not allowed to be, taught to read and to be leaders and stuff like that, that tends to happen when, the true word gets pushed to the side and those in charge start pushing out what they want you to know.
Right. Yeah. Earlier, whenever I mentioned, that the Essenes, their belief was, that Israel's religion has been hijacked by cults, Pharisees and Sadducees. And one of the things that they were always pushing was that their writings were equal to that of the Bible, and that women had to have their hair covered. There's nowhere in the Bible where a woman has to have her hair covered. That's not in there. Other things like that, and Isaiah's wife was a prophet also. The prophet Isaiah, his wife was also a prophetess.
Right.
And you can read about a few more of those in the Bible, so. But yeah, that's what it was. And also, they had a calendar, which was a solar calendar, not a lunar calendar. It was 12 months, and it was 364 days in a year. And Passover landed on Wednesday every year, according to their calendar. It was corrupted by Jewish leaders.
You don't know.
Yeah, that's wild. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I've had to mess with my sound. I can barely hear anything now. But I don't know. Like, there's a lot of conspiracies around it. What do you think about the teacher of righteousness, the mysterious figure that's involved in it?
Yeah, the teacher of righteousness, the Essenes believe that would have had to be the Messiah. So
that's probably one reason that all these would be covered up, right? Like, because there's a lot of things that question religions and things of that nature, mainly Christianity, I believe, and a few others. So I mean, and I don't know. So do you, like Morgana said, did you say, I was messing with my son, but did you say that you think that it might be from like the Library of Alexandria or whatever?
Yeah, that's where Morgana was saying. And the Essenes, they were in Egypt until Rome came back and took over, because it wasn't safe for them in Israel. So basically, they were, this would have been probably the remnant, that was actually doing things correctly, and they were outcast, is my understanding of it. So.
You all keep going. I've got to mess with my sound for some reason. It's picking up. I don't know why.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because if it's that low in your ears, it can't be hitting your mic.
Nope.
But it's only when we get really loud. It's not a big deal, dude.
It is to me.
We've all had a rough week. We've all had a rough week.
Is Mercury in retrograde? I didn't think it was, but
Morgana, I was looking to see if I could take down that pole, but I don't think I can.
Okay, hang on. I can do it. Let's see.
I was trying to free you back up.
It's
Elon.
The only pole's totally
Here you go.
in his basement.
What'd you say?
The only poles you like are in your basement.
Poles?
Yeah.
The pole is
like
still
stripper
there.
poles.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not showing on screen.
I got you. Hey, I might have a stripper pole right here. You see this lighting behind me?
Oh yeah.
You never know. But
I think
I'm telling you, one day we're going to look up, and behind Tully, a hand's going to reach out of that.
Hello.
And we'll see if he won't. And it's going to be epic.
Nick's shots fired.
It's an IT-10. I don't know what an IT-10 is. I know what an IDT-10 is. IDT is.
Shots fired. Workplace drama.
Oh no, I figured it out. But anyway, I mean, the Dead Sea Scrolls are one of them things that could change history if they would incorporate it into like the other biblical texts. Because what all do you have? You got I can't even remember the name. My mind I'll tell you what, my mind has been so frazzled this week. The other day, I was pouring myself a cup of root beer, and I was watching myself pour it into this glass, and it was a thing of creamer, coffee creamer. I was like, what is this?
That might have been good.
Dang. Shelby, I cannot get it so that it'll show all of it. But yes, my security cameras, and that's just the Swan system. I have Blink cameras everywhere because Tully told me I needed them one time, and
Yeah,
I've got like 8
and
of
now
them.
Amazon has all your data. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, they don't have all my data because I don't let mine go to their cloud storage. Mine's on a jump drive.
Got it.
Yep. Nope. They tried. They did their best to get me to buy their cloud storage. No, I don't think so.
I got 2 terabyte thumb drive.
That's right. There you go. You know, I've got them trying to sell me a 1 terabyte DAS drive. I've got 34 terabytes of storage, and it's all full. So I don't know.
That is the thing. That I don't know if that's a Canadian thing, but there's certain areas where they put creamer in pop, and it's a delicacy.
There was a show, Stephen, you're going to remember this, Laverne and Shirley. Her drink was a mix of Pepsi and milk, half and half.
Ronnie, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that is it a Canadian thing? It may just be a northern thing. We're too southern for creamer and pop.
Yeah, no, Mandy does that. Mandy does
really
all the time. Yeah, it's weird.
It's a thing, though. I think it's normal in some places.
Yeah,
really.
I'm not gonna do it. But the Book of Enoch. That's what I was talking about. It has giants and all kinds of things in it. And there's people that also I mean, that's where the UFO theories come in, as you know, from the Book of Enoch, right?
Yeah, that's where a lot of it comes in. That and the Book of Ezekiel, you know,
I need to
get within a wheel, that Ezekiel. So
I need to get us a horn sound for when we have breakthroughs, because all I found was I was looking for
So, okay, the Book of Enoch. We've talked about that before, and that's one of those things. Next time when I finish my next book, I think I've got that one downloaded. I need to listen to it. But I've also recently been looking deeper into the Ethiopian Bible because it's got way more books than the King James is a bastardized version of the original. I mean, you know, King James picked a group of people and said, okay, let's make me look good. And, you know, a lot of stuff got left out. A lot of stuff got added in that it's questionable as to whether or not it was from the originals. So I feel like the Ethiopian Bible is going to be closer to the original writings than a lot of the more modern stuff. Just an opinion. I could be totally wrong until I get down that rabbit hole, but I'm very interested in it. So when they were writing the Dead Sea Scrolls, they have actually dated some of these from 150 BC. And when the other parts of, you know, the Bible were being compiled for the more modern versions, that stuff was still hidden out. The Bible was still more fluid back when this stuff was being written because they were still writing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and probably part of that, you know, there are some myths and legends that go about with the Queen of Sheba and how she had visited Solomon, and you know, there's quite a bit around that. But you know, there's pretty good evidence that the Ark of the Covenant actually spent some time on Elephantine Island before possibly moving on into Ethiopia. So. And that was, you know, that's also another thing. A lot of the, whenever they began bringing the Israelites back into the land, they discovered the Phoenicia Jews who came from Ethiopia most of their DNA is from the tribe of Levi, which match up with those who carry the name Cohen or Khan, things like that, that we're familiar with. Anyway, which would have been the priestly tribe. So, and so that matches.
Yeah.
Before we go further, I need to do this for Landa.
Why don't you hit that when I
yeah. And Alan, peanuts and Coca-Cola, yes, is really good.
Look, that I'm going to tell you something. To this day, my father, rest his soul, if he told you something and you question it, and he said, I will bet you a Coke and a bag of peanuts, just shut up, because he knew the answer already and you were going to lose that bet. But that was from, you had to have the little 6-ounce green Coca-Cola bottle and the little thing of salted peanuts, and pour those bad boys over in there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like Coke or peanuts, but I will still eat Coke and peanuts.
One of my favorite things to do to my friends when I was real little was get a Pepsi. But have you ever had salty Pepsi? It's really good. And then I give them a little salt and have them pour it in there, and it explodes all over them.
Yes, Crystal, it has to be the green Coca-Cola bottle. It just isn't the same in the plastic one or any of that.
Landa, you're gonna like the honey. You kind of missed the boat on wintertime though. It would have been great in some winter teas. But the good thing about it is it never goes bad.
I was gonna say though, tea is good in the summer too.
Oh yeah, allergies.
Yes, because we drink
tea.
Yeah, I told you Mo's got a problem with Chinese culture, as in he won't quit buying stuff. And we've got so many different variations of tea in this house at any given time. So the honey works
always
year
tea
round.
time.
Yes, it is.
If I was close, I'd come have tea time with Mo.
Absolutely.
I don't like tea in this house. I throw it away.
Well, we have one granddaughter who, when she has tea with us,
superstition.
we pick at her because she likes a little bit of tea with her honey.
I don't like tea because it brings the tag man to the house.
Hey, I sent the other honey, by the way, the cooking honey, in the email yesterday for everybody that was talking about that.
Yeah,
but the Dead Sea Scrolls.
The one that I find amazing, and this one, okay, they try to say that this one falls into conspiracy, but it does not, because it's clear what it says is the Copper Scroll.
Yeah.
Because it actually talks about, it's not written on paper or parchment. It is literally engraved into sheets of copper. And there are no scriptures, no prayers, but it is a list of hidden treasures: gold, silver, sacred objects, sacred caches, supposedly buried in dozens of locations. The quantities described are enormous. It would be worth billions today. And a lot of people think it was what they hid before the Roman conquest, and that the Copper Scroll was actually written to say, here's where it is. And so far, nobody's found them. Does not mean that they're not in the desert somewhere, like I said, because it was just, 60 years ago that they found the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Right.
And those were just literally carried into a cave. They didn't attempt to cover them up in that cave. So it's no telling where,
A lot of the... Oh, go ahead, Stephen. Sorry.
No, I think they intended for them to be found at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. I think that there's probably something in the scrolls that probably gives a better idea of the where, but either they have not gotten it pieced together, or it was some of the part that was destroyed, or there could be some coding in there, that, I mean, why not?
One of the craziest things about it is there were so many caves that had remnants of, these scrolls and things, and there's a lot of evidence of looting over the years. Mm-hmm. It's untelling what else is out there and what else is located within these scrolls, because these particular scrolls are, as old as most of the writings in the Bible. maybe older than a lot of them. And they tell different stories of all kinds of things. The one that is the mainstream one, I think, is the Book of Enoch, if I'm not wrong, because it speaks of, the giants and all this good jazz, which is something that I think all of us have come to believe was factual. But there are other things located within it. Like I wonder what's in the other scroll, but you will never know. They're probably sitting in some billionaire's house.
Or it's someone. I mean, who's to say,
when I was looking into, I wanted to know about like conspiracies, like the fringest theories about these scrolls. And something that I find weird is if you start to dig into like the super fringe stuff, all of it, this just threw up red flags. All of it is aimed at undermining Christianity.
Yeah.
Like every single theory is aimed at undermining Christianity. And I'm just like, okay, were these perhaps planted for that reason? Like, because there's been things over the years that each religion has kind of struggled with in maintaining world dominance. And I think that was kind of missing for Christianity for a long time. And then all of a sudden you have these scrolls, and there's theories like, I mean, the stuff is crazy. Like people are blaming the Vatican, which, isn't out of the realm of possibility, but why would they create doubt into their own stuff? But
yeah, I mean, think about it. The scrolls state that Jesus survived the crucifixion. They talk about, things like the scrolls are described alien contact. They're how do you pronounce that? Qumran.
Yeah, Qumran.
So they even talk about this that Qumran. I never can say it, but that sect was preparing for interdimensional war.
That same sect, they're saying, it says that they directly influenced or birthed Christianity, Jesus, John the Baptist, and early Christians were members or heavily borrowed from them, the Essenes. And this just seems crazy to me. Like, it just seems like a hit piece almost.
Well, one of the craziest ones is that it's like a Gnostic style interpretation of it. It's that the God of the Old Testament was actually evil and created human to trap them as cosmic beings and hint at cosmic rulers. What does that sound really familiar to?
Well, I watch Supernatural, and God is crazy according to it.
Hey, if I was God, I'd be nuts. I'd be like, I gotta go. You guys can handle this. Okay, I gotta go.
Totally, just totally joking. I think that everybody's faith has validity. I think that there are people that make every faith look bad, and then there are people that make it look beautiful, like it was meant to be. But I think it is hilarious that the gentleman who played God in Supernatural and the woman who played the King of Hell's mother recently had a baby together in real life.
Nice.
So see, anybody can find some middle ground, even if it's God and Satan's mother.
Well,
but that aside,
all I'm saying is, if that power were to just fall from the sky right now, same as like whenever somebody asks the question, if you could have any superpower, like what would you do? And then somebody's like, yeah, I would use it to to do all of these nice things, and then it pans over to his friend and he's just like looking into darkness. if that power hit me, you would see me with like the Vietnam stare, and like the world would start shaking.
Well, here's the thing. As far as and this is something that, like I said, one of my earliest rabbit holes. There are a lot of things that could undermine Christianity and any other religion. I read a book one time called The Light of Other Days by Isaac Asimov. And it's basically that scientists discover a wormhole and they start using it to send stuff, from one place in the country, in the world, to another. And everything goes great. Then they start figuring out that they can use it to time travel. And they start unwriting history because everything we've ever learned is wrong because, the victor always writes history. But back to one of the things I, years ago went down a rabbit hole is, for instance, the thought that there is a bloodline of Christ, that Christ was married and had a family, and that family bloodline still goes on today. In his time, and for who he was called rabbi. A rabbi was a married man. You could not be a rabbi unless you were married because you were a teacher and you had to have that experience in order to teach. So it makes sense that he would have been married and that he would have had a family as a 32-year-old Jewish man. But there are people that would seriously, if they prove that unequivocally right now, it would destroy some people who believe in, everything that the Bible says in a literal sense, because it does not say in the Bible this happened. So as far as, hiding things that would undermine Christianity, there are a lot of things that could undermine it, but in different ways than just being a way to destroy it.
Yeah.
I don't think there would be anything at all wrong with them saying point blank today, yes, Christ existed. He was married. He had children. They had children, and that bloodline is still alive today. That makes sense to me.
Jenny, I'm glad that I got a rise out of you for that. If it were me, I would Thanos snap. and all of a sudden, rather than every other person disappearing or whatever, every government person on the planet would be teleported to a safe place on a different planet in a different universe.
Where they would all have to live together, and
yes, only them, and they can vote and do all the stuff.
You've got my vote. I will back you in that endeavor.
That would be my one and only decree if that power hit me.
Yep.
So, and then I would just, concede power. I would just, go chill on the moon or something.
Right. Yeah. A lot of things, with what you were talking about there, Morgana, with as far as rabbi, the word rabbi means teacher is what it means. Going back to that. And, it's also.
Landis took me out.
Okay. I may have to.
I'd go to that strip bar just out of curiosity.
What was it called, Landa? What was it called?
Okay. For those because I know that it doesn't show up everywhere, but.
Everybody should be able to see the comments on the side.
Okay, I didn't know how that worked for sure, but that one deserves a special spot.
Yes.
Yeah,
what's up, Jenny?
That right there, and that's that was the book that came out and all that, and there've been people who have pushed that, as the bloodline of Christ. It's I don't know. Myself, I don't know why he would have needed it. It wouldn't have been necessary, It's it's those who had took a Nazarite vow, they had different things. They were allowed to marry though, but there were different things that they were not allowed to do in their lifetime. Right. They couldn't cut their hair. They couldn't touch a dead body. They couldn't drink wine or eat grapes or anything else, raisins, anything like that. There were certain guidelines that went along with it.
Question.
As far as that, I mean, it would have been the normal thing for a teacher to have a wife and to have children and all that, because that was always the goal, since the beginning of time. That was, I believe that was the original intent. So this would have been out of the norm for him not to have a wife and children. But I've from the Bible, what I've studied, for me personally, I've just never seen any real evidence of it. So
right. And I really don't have an opinion one way or another, but I know that there are people who, if they came out and said today, yes, this is the truth, that would have problems with it. But it would have been totally normal for that time for him to have had a family. So,
right. Well, the Da Vinci Code became very popular book and also a popular movie, whenever it came out.
Yeah.
So, and that's what that was based on.
Yeah. There was one in the early 80s called Holy Blood, Holy Grail by like 3 guys wrote it, that predated the Da Vinci Code, by about a decade. But it covered the Da Vinci Code was more of a fiction. I mean, it was pushed as fiction. Holy Blood, Holy Grail was pushed more as docu. They did some research and stuff. Not to say that their research was, flawless or anything like that, but they did raise some very good points as to the way that things get interpreted a lot of times now would not have been looked at the same way 2,000 years ago, because it was a different time. People looked at things differently,
Right. Yeah.
And everything. I'm sorry, Tully. You
What?
we've interrupted you like 3 times. I'm so sorry.
We keep talking over you. We apologize.
Listen, this is our show. It's not my Dell. It's our Dell.
It's Arkansas.
Yeah, it's Arkansas.
Yes, not your Kansas. It's Arkansas.
Yes,
that's right.
I saw an Arkansas plate for the first time this week in real life. There was somebody in town with an Arkansas plate. Yeah, I almost took a picture and sent it to you, but then I'm like, he probably sees us all the time. They don't care.
Yes, and Jenny, yes, James was the head of the church in Jerusalem. He was the brother of Jesus, and Jude was also a brother of Jesus, the 1-chapter book before Revelation. So, and he also had sisters.
Yep. I like that. A lot of the occult and esoteric traditions around it also claim that certain secret societies have a lot of them hidden, like the Knights Templar, the Rosicrucians, Freemasons. And there's no question they all have a lot of hidden stuff. That whether or not it's directly
related to that or not, that's some of that. Whenever you go to looking into some of those things right there, you'll discover that they probably lined up more with a divine feminine in their beliefs.
Right.
I hope I don't get a knock on the door tonight.
One of the things about the Dead Sea Scrolls that I've always found really interesting is it kind of alludes, and this might be one of the more fringe topics, it kind of alludes to a higher advanced civilization pre-flood. And that always makes me think, because if you believe in the Tartarian stuff, you believe we went through multiple resets. And it seems like each time we get to a certain technical stance as a civilization, that's when the reset occurs. And I fully believe that we might be living in one of those pre-resets right now. And it's really starting to look like each time we did it to ourselves. It's the ultimate.
Yes.
It's the ultimate. You've seen
maybe.
It's the ultimate. You see the Statue of Liberty half sitting out of the beach. You know what I mean?
Well, You know, they just dropped a bunch of UFO files today. Another huge dump, which is why it's trending. It's a lot, dude. Like there's more videos, there's more pictures, and the more that they say these are aliens, the more I'm like, they're not aliens. Like it's got to be something else.
Yeah.
I fully believe they're dimensional, or they're some like the Watchers, for example, from the
Could be us.
yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls talk about the Watchers. It could be them. It could be like a different race of human being that's just been around and kind of keeping the machine oiled up. You know what I'm saying? Until it
I
gets
can give you a hypothetical. So imagine you're the leader of the free world or something like that. And all of a sudden somebody appears to you like out of a portal.
Oh yeah.
And I say that I'm from the future and that if you don't reset humanity, this is what the future is going to look like, and give you exact instructions on how to do it without, you know, harming the people in the future, the few that are left.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be something like that. That's way out there, but you know, some people think that the aliens are really us in the future and that we've just gene edited ourselves into oblivion.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible for sure. And I mean, if you were going to do a reset, what's the best way to do that nowadays? You know, it's probably through a system that's already been set up, like probably some kind of virus coming off of cruise ships.
Hey, I got a lot of stuff on that. I got a lot of stuff on that.
On the virus?
Yeah.
Plague? Yes.
I got a lot of stuff on that. And I'm planning on, if anybody wants to join me tomorrow for a show, I got a lot of stuff.
I'm probably going to be driving, but I might hop on and listen and comment. I can't really watch videos and drive, but
I'll be here.
But yeah,
you should get the dash cam view where you just.
I actually have the dash thing, so you can actually see my whole face, or I can flip it around and see the road.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Morgana's going to provide the ASMR tomorrow.
That's right.
But I mean, think about it. Like these books kind of allude to a ancient civilization, highly technologically advanced. They talk about the Watchers who kind of control the background of everything that happens, and then you got us now, and we became so desensitized that they said that they have confirmed aliens are fucking real, like more than once.
You got civilizations of non-biologics living in the ocean, people's coming from space, interdimensionally as well. It's all happening, and nobody blinks an eye.
Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, no one cares anymore. It's like Project Mockingbird on warp speed now. Is what it is.
Well, you know, it's okay. You're bombarded with so much constantly, nonstop.
Yeah.
That you don't have time to dissect anything. You know,
everybody.
And you know, so it's things like I said, things that we've been talking about forever. And all of a sudden the government goes, here you go. And people are like, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I still believe that stuff. I just don't believe the stuff that they're releasing. I think that that's bullshit.
Yeah,
they got everybody playing politics right now.
And the biggest
like professional sports, like exactly like professional sports. It's the bread and circus for people who don't watch sports. Politics.
Well, what about those of us who don't want to watch that or sports? Damn it!
You know, that's kind of the old ancient
reset.
That's kind of the old ancient Roman saying. You know, if you want to keep them docile, let them feast or something like that. I can't remember the exact phrase, but they're not even letting us feast anymore.
Yeah, give them peanuts and circus.
Yeah,
that was the Romans' philosophy.
Jenny for president.
Yeah, what it seems like they're doing at this point. And I mean, I can't argue with the strategy. It's working to a T. They make gas so expensive that you cannot go anywhere. So they're getting you trapped within your city, within your town, because you can't afford gas anymore. Next, they're releasing this Well, I don't know if they are, but this virus is going to shut down everything, and they're saying this is a 33 to 50% mortality rate, way worse.
33.
Yeah, and so if this is the case and it spreads beyond the 15 people worldwide, they said they have. I'm sure it's higher now. I haven't looked today.
But why would you let
There's-
these people off of the flipping boat
I don't even know
after
that
somebody died?
I don't even
mean-
know that it's real. Like, there's videos
Right.
tomorrow that I'll bring where it's like, what?
But
Like the
it's-
American guy popped
Mhm.
onto the scene and started getting tons of views before this.
Yeah.
And the thing about it too, the worst thing about it is this is a playbook that we see throughout history, and I believe the Dead Scrolls actually talk about it. And
Yeah.
who knows what scrolls were before that, the 1,000 years before that, or the ones 1,000 years before that, or the ones 10,000 years before that.
Do you think the scrolls were planted?
Well, see,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
where I was going to go with that, is because, okay, what if it's almost like a time capsule?
Exactly.
Because they talk about corruption and societal decay. They focus heavily on the end times. They came out shortly before the technological explosion that we have now, and they were discovered after World War II during the dawn of the nuclear fear. And, you know, they've had enough time now to interpret a lot of it.
Exactly.
So, you know,
I'm trying to
Just
read
talk.
this sentence, Jenny. Help me understand. Cognitive leakage is tokenized exhaust data. That is a sentence that I never thought I would hear in my entire
I'm gonna
life.
get that tattooed across my neck.
Yes.
Because it's true. It seems like I don't know, man. It just seems like the same playbook every single time. It really does. Like, and us as a people, we just kind of let it roll. But it's because they just hit us so much with so many different things.
Oh, dude, if the
we-
internet didn't exist, the world would be on fire right now.
Yeah.
Like, with everything that's going on, if it were the old days, if the internet didn't exist and we didn't have entertainment 24/7 in every single way, the world would be on fire.
Oh yeah. And another thing too, like what Morgana said about this being a time capsule, that's 100% what I think it is. It was a group of people that probably like, we need to put this here for future people, because the world had probably gotten so crazy at that point. They're like, something's crazy getting ready to happen. Because think about the massive cities that's built underground out that way, just everywhere. And you know, they're probably here too. We just haven't found them, or if we have found them, they're guarded by armed guards and you can't go look at it.
Well, yeah. And if you think that's a crazy idea, what Cecil's talking about, just look up Iron Mountain. Iron Mountain is a corporate. They come in and get everything to take it to shred.
Mhm.
And it is literally a bunker in the middle of a mountain that they take all these documents to store and shred
Mhm.
after 10 years or whatever the time is.
Mo goes, or used to go to, I forget where it is. It's not Iron Mountain, it's somewhere else. But he literally would go into the mountain to load. I mean, and there were roads all through it and stuff. And you didn't just fall into that area. You had to know where you were going to get to it and everything. But it was just amazing to me. I'm like, what do you mean you went into the mountain? He goes, yeah, that's where I go to load, is in the mountain.
And that's how we found out that Morgana's husband is part of the CIA.
You should have seen me explaining to him, because okay, this has always just blown my flipping mind. Okay, there is a place in the desert in California called China Lake. No lake anywhere around it. It's the middle of the desert. They build ships, and then they bring them back to the water and assemble them for the military. Okay.
Huh.
Okay, how inefficient is that? First off, in my personal opinion, why would you build damn ships in the desert and then haul them halfway across the world? Okay.
Like cheaper.
Yeah, okay, sure. But you had to go around to the back side of the mountain. Everything is fenced off because, like I said, government facility. He goes, and we're coming into the back entry, and there are all these people on the sides of the road behind the fences taking our pictures as we go in. He said it's like dozens of them. And I'm like, you've never heard of Area 51, have you? And he goes,
What?
what are you talking about?
What?
This was years ago. And I'm like, no, they think that they're hiding aliens and they're bringing in secret stuff. They think that you're part of the cover up. And he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, how have we been married all these years and you not know this?
I found an old video. I'll cut the audio so you don't have to listen to it, but I'll just play this in the background.
When you pull that up, the truth is, truck drivers, if they pull into a place and back in and they're not privileged to get out to see what's being loaded, they usually don't have any idea what's back there.
No, because 90% of the places that Mo goes to, they seal the trailer.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing they do when he gets to the new place is check to make sure that seal hasn't been tampered with.
Right, here's Iron Mountain. Iron Mountain's pretty intense. But, there's even more. There's like an underground city close to California where they drive through and things like that, too.
Oh, look under Denver. There's like a full-on. Yep.
Well, they're not showing much of it, are they?
No.
No.
But I love the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I mean, that's like miles.
Yes.
I mean, it's like miles into a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Look how this is crazy. Yeah.
And the thing about this is there was ancient civilizations that built things extremely similar to this right here. And what were they building it for? They wasn't building it to house documents or anything, or were they? You know what I mean? Were they doing it for whenever the time came and they needed to show that they were there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, or even better, what if somebody uncovered a bunker of people that could live a really long time?
Exactly.
Or that were immortal.
But guys,
in some stories.
The Smithsonian, there is 4.2 acres under it.
I believe there's more.
I do too.
Probably.
That's what they claim. 4.2 acres. And 157 million items, and they literally display 1.2% or something like that. But they're not hiding anything.
They're lying through their damn teeth that they say it's 4.2 acres. I live on 2 acres. And double this lot.
I was going to say, I live on 2 acres, and
it's nothing.
Uh-huh.
Like with all the stuff that they've claimed and all the things that they have housed, there's no way they could fit it all in 4.2
Well,
acres.
they do say that there's a newly discovered 30-foot deep 19th century cistern.
These new buildings and stuff like you remember what Dre said about the ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're planning a lot more materials than space.
Oh, now the price tag is up to $1 billion
For the ballroom?
for the ballroom. Yeah. But now there are no donors. They want tax money.
I think I could throw it together for $1 million and I'll pocket the rest.
Right?
Give me $500 million and I'll do it for $15,000. I'll build that bitch up. Scrap
Alan, let's do 8.
Yeah.
8 Eastern is what we'll do tomorrow. Where'd Clarence go?
He left us.
There you go.
Well, so we'll do 8 tomorrow, and I've got all kinds of stuff. Like we'll start out with the cruise ship because I don't believe any of that. Honestly, I've seen enough evidence where I'm like, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Mm-hmm.
And also, let me see if I can
but
find
that's
this.
But that is the perfect segue into, oh my God, there's an international pandemic. We let 15 people off the ship after people had died from this disease.
Yeah.
Let me show you this though. This is absolutely insane.
Oh, and we have 17 American passengers that are going to quarantine in Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay, so they won't contaminate the plane getting there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry I went off on a tangent about this and brought this up, but it's been weighing heavy on me. I think it's made me disassociate with life in a way. Like, I don't know if you've ever woke up and you're like, I feel like everything's in a cartoon. Like, I don't feel real anymore. And it's solely based off this stuff that they're doing. Like, and it's weird because of our standpoint and the way that our minds work. We project and we see things that's. Yeah.
Look at the dates on that.
Yeah.
Look at the date on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it's like, it sucks to now that everything's coming out to be real that we've talked about for years. It sucks to be like, well, if that's real and I was right on that, then this is where I see this going now. And I don't want to be right on that. You know what
people, yeah. And
So-
for the naysayers, I just want to say, I know I don't even know why I took a snip on that. Here, I'll show you firsthand. Here's the date straight from the horse's mouth.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's
So,
it.
okay, and here's the thing: the hantavirus is extremely contagious.
Once
I mean,
it triggers.
Yes. Okay. As of early 2024, over 111 million people in this country were documented with having had COVID. The mortality rate for hantavirus is between 35 and 50%.
It's what perhaps they said COVID was.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like absolute danger.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
This is the thing that concerns me with something like this. And we know how easy it would be for them to, and them being them, we know who them is, to put this out there into the environment. You remember the movie Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman? Like I said, one person got it, and every person that was contacted, it was boom, 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 boom.
Right.
So 111 million in this country got it. What was it? Roughly 1 million, they said, died from it. So now people are going to look at, well, you know, it wasn't as bad as they said it was. I mean, I got it. It wasn't that bad. But then you've got something like hantavirus that is that bad, has that potential.
Yeah.
So if you want to eliminate people.
All right. I can't remember how many years ago it was, but we talked about this right here, how they had been working. I know we talked about it, how it had a higher, they were coming up with different versions, maybe a different variant of COVID or something like that, would had a lot higher mortality rate than what the original COVID-19 did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you remember when we were talking about that?
yeah, it's when it was happening. And you gotta remember too, when they were talking about there was one point when they was like, well, we gotta get the new vaccine ready for the new one a couple of years ago.
Right.
Like the new one that's coming, the new pandemic that's coming, like that. Like, I don't know. It's
Well, I have some crazy thoughts that I'll tell you guys after the show.
Mm-hmm.
my
Sorry.
thought.
Sorry, everybody.
And here's the other thing that is very scary about this is, vaccine, no vaccine, whatever. Everybody's got opinions on it.
Yeah.
There is no vaccine or approved treatment for hantavirus.
There wasn't for
At all.
corona.
There's an asterisk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an asterisk to that as of today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As of
Yep.
today.
As of today.
Okay.
Oh, is
All right.
the vaccine out today?
There's an asterisk.
But
There's
see,
an
here's the
asterisk.
thing. I'm going to go back to Outbreak. you know, the original strain, it ended up they had a cure in the vault, and by the time they used it, it had replicated and mutated, and it no longer worked.
Yeah.
You know, until they found the infected monkey that had the variant.
It's so wild. Like, this is a disease that comes from rats. So we're
like the
live.
plague.
We live in a circular timeline. Like, everything comes back around. Everything comes just like the grunge is coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like the plague's back. Welcome to the plague.
Yeah.
By the time we all get to 70, we're going to be like really raging conspiracy theorists. Like, I mean, imagine what this show's going to be like in 10 years.
And here's the thing. There are things that, because like I said, you know, we all have our pet conspiracies. We all do. And then we all have one that we're going to say, nah, I can't get behind that.
Yeah. Morgana's going to be shouting, you should have planted the seeds I sent you.
That's right. Hey, I sent Cecil seeds recently. Did you plant them?
I did, actually.
All right. But for the record, I'll tell you something afterwards.
They're not outside yet.
But that's okay. I've got them in my house too. So
not that big.
Awesome. And those are actually harvested seeds, by the way, grown from my plants.
Nice.
I'm going to a plant swap in the morning.
Yeah.
I've got a huge, you can't see it, but it's wrapping around all my screens. I have a dragon fruit plant. And if you didn't know, it's a cactus.
Yes, I have one in my greenhouse.
And it's wrapping all around my monitors. And I cannot wait to get this thing outside after Sunday.
So, have you gotten fruit yet?
No, it's very young. It started last year as a piece like this.
Yeah.
And now it's wrapped around the whole house. And I'm cutting a bunch of it to take to the plant swap to return it from, it's like Jumanji. I'm returning it from whence I got it.
Gotcha.
And then this summer I'm repotting it and going to let it get big. And hopefully in the next couple of years I'll get a fruit.
Well, I was going to say, mine started like that. And then it died. And now it's about like that. But like I said, it wintered outside in the greenhouse. So, I mean, it got 35 and 40 degree temperatures. So I'm hoping that keeping it in the heat throughout the summer with the humidity and everything, that it'll come on back. Landa, if you will send me your address, I will send you cayenne seeds.
Jenny, what do you think about Bledsoe's date coming and going? Like, I think that too, honestly. Like, so much has changed with our timeline.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry to get us off topic, but it's been weighing heavy on my heart.
We're not off topic. This is it's all relative.
Yeah, because
we segued from that was a time capsule to here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And time.
I guess.
And time, man.
I guess one more thing, since we've been talking about health and kind of on that topic, talking about the Essenes, it's my understanding that a lot of them lived to be about 120 years old. They had a kosher diet.
Hey.
But the Romans and the other Jews, you know, they had different diets. And the other Jews who were not part of the Essenes, you know, they lived about the same lifespan as the Romans, you know, 50, 60 years old, something like that. So there was something different that they were doing health-wise that was allowing them to live longer.
So isn't it a conspiracy that Jesus Christ was an Essene?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's that's one of the interpretations from the Dead Sea Scrolls, is that he was a Essene.
Yeah, that is a fringe from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Okay.
A super conspiracy, if you will.
That's big.
When I was getting into the stuff of the scrolls being a hit piece on Christianity, that was one of the first things that comes up, is that he was in a scene and they borrowed all of his story from this or that, and I'm just like, come on, man. Because it was like conspiracy, and all of it was hit pieces targeted at Christianity, and I'm just like,
see,
that seems funny.
Tell me how off topic I got. I didn't even go down into the conspiracy theories this week.
I mean,
Jenny, according to
I went on the historical, and y'all took care of the conspiracy. See, we're a great team.
with the way that the world's been going, it's turned me to where I've been reading my Bible again. Like I haven't read it in years. I went and bought one, and I was like, I need to read this.
Jenny, something else I want to just bring out. According to the Dead Sea Scrolls, 2025, 2026, we should be entering into the last 50-year cycle for a. Oh my goodness! No, I'm at a loss for words.
I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it 50 more years, Stephen.
Yeah. It's Jubilee, the last Jubilee. So I'm sorry. I don't know why I got stuck on that word for a minute. What? But yeah, according to the Dead Sea Scrolls, we are entering into the last Jubilee. So
that's what
there could be some really interesting things happen before it all goes up in flames.
I know the Lord's probably out there chilling, but if he wants to tag me in, I'll take care of the hard work. Just tag me in.
Make the hard decisions.
Tag me in. I'll figure it out, and then go chill on the moon.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think that all hope is lost. I really don't. You always got to go through struggle to come out clean on the other side, kind of like Andy in Shawshank Redemption. He crawled through a tunnel of shit.
We do that on a yearly basis.
So I hold out hope, and I hold out hope because of where I live.
This is a hopeful show.
Yeah,
it is.
No matter how dry or drastic things look, I guess it could be worse.
So,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Get that.
We've been a lot more hopeful since we took the news break.
Yeah.
Listen.
To be fair.
No, I would never proclaim that. I just want temporary power to make everybody's lives easier is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So yes, if you're just now joining us or you haven't, please like and subscribe.
I'm not the Lord.
You're our Lord.
We don't
know if you're our Savior or not. But
yeah, nobody's Lord. Yeah. I Lord over nothing.
Well, you can be like Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy. He called himself Star-Lord. So
all I'm saying, just give me the Infinity Gauntlet.
No, look, I have your back 100%. If you get that ability and need somebody just to be your documentarian or whatever, I'm your girl.
Listen, we'll get on air and I'll just be like this, and we'll speak it exactly like we want it, and then I'll go.
I like it.
And that'll be that. Like you can put a poll up.
Yes. And end it with, and we will now have world peace. That's because doing what you want to do will almost guarantee the world peace part.
Yeah.
So
why not?
That dark.
Not trying to be the Lord. I'm just saying, tag me in. You keep chilling. Tag me in and give me the gauntlet, and we'll make a little adjustment.
Okay, I like it. I like it a lot.
Every time I shave my beard, I feel less powerful. I don't know why.
Okay, I want to know, did you start feeling down before or after you shaved?
After.
Okay, so don't shave anymore.
I thought about shaving my head today. I was like, I should shave my head. I think I might be going through a Britney Spears mental episode after Totally said that now. Crossed my mind. It crossed
Oh, the shade, the shade, the shade. The shade.
the most violent version of myself look like
This really is the most violent version of himself.
Oh man.
Exactly the
Yeah.
style I kept when I was violent.
But yeah, but just by trimming your beard and doing what you did, man. I mean, you look
12.
younger. Yeah, you
look 12.
you look like you're in your 20s again.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I feel
that's
old.
not necessarily a good thing. I just want to call that
You
out.
were there, and you can tell us definitively, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitive edition.
I would have fit in good with the redneck brawl back then. Is what I would have been.
Jenny says that's your cognitive leakage, dude.
I believe it. I really do. Makes sense. But yeah, mental health, go get tested.
if you're lucky enough to have insurance.
True.
Yeah.
And if you're not, lie about it and then just get it for free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
Yeah.
Well, and there's a certain line. If you cross it, they will put you in jail, and there is a certain amount of mental health stuff there, depending on what state you're in.
No,
I wouldn't recommend that route though.
No.
Hey, just hey, Cecil, just take your shoes off tomorrow. Walk around in the yard, touch the grass.
I'm gonna
Get
work on my
grounded.
trailer. I pulled my old trailer out of the weeds, and the tires are still good on it. So I'm gonna sand it down tomorrow and repaint it. I think.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's a good thing.
I need that.
Work with your hands. Work with your hands.
I
I'm
think
gonna tell you, the whole take your shoes off and walk outside does make a huge difference. Now, right now, I can't do that because the crabgrass has started drying out, and barefooting is not an option. But prior to that, it was awesome.
Alan,
you can't really walk around barefoot anymore because you'll get a damn Lone Star tick on you. And then
maybe if they bring back those beautiful asylums, we could all be in there together.
Okay,
Hopefully, we're all the same wing if we go.
I'm telling you, that's why I have the friends that I do. If I ever go off the deep end and go on a spree, all my friends will stand up in a court of law and say, she's batshit crazy. That way I get the padded room and the drugs.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We've seen a lot of conspiratorials about the asylums, Alan. But
oh yeah, happy Mother's Day to you.
oh
Maura.
yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
Definitely.
And happy
Sunday.
Mother's Day to all the mothers listening,
Yes.
including the mothership.
Remember that I believed in you.
Yeah, we believed before anybody did. We were talking about aliens before the government was.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
we were.
exactly right. I think that they
Yeah.
owe us some kind of like royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were hopping
Yeah.
it up before they were.
And for
Yeah.
$7,000 a week, we'll hype it even more.
Yes, we were.
Oh yeah, for $7,000 a week. $7,000 each. What are you
Yes.
talking about?
Yes.
$7,000 each per week, and give us a reach.
Hmm.
We'll talk about whatever you want to.
That's right.
So everybody listening, if all of a sudden you see our viewer count go from 300 people to 3 million people, and we start talking about crazy stuff, you know why. I understand that.
Well, Cecil, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of conspiracies around Mother's Day, right? Like a lot.
No.
Like
Yeah.
what?
Well,
Like
the CIA,
Valentine's Day.
yeah, like the CIA, the government created it for family stability. It's basically it's like the Mother's Day is like a psychological condition and social unity programming. Let's see. You also have Mother's Day is rooted in mourning and death. Basically, the French twist on that is it's part of some mourning rituals, maternal grief, and collective trauma. So there's mother archetypes and occult symbolisms within Mother's Day too. There's all kinds of stuff about it. So happy Mother's Day, y'all.
Hey, Cecil, hey, Cecil, if you do go off, I mean, just tell them you were depressed because your goldfish drowned and ask them if they've got some insurance to start covering that in the future.
It ain't an angry go off; it's a disassociated going off. Like
you were just sad because your goldfish drowned.
Alan, I firmly believe they do need mental health facilities. They need to be much better regulated than they were 100 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
definitely have a need.
Yeah, but finding the people who would be good at that job.
Yes.
To the people who are needing somebody to be good at that job, I think that's where we would run into the problem again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pop me a punch in that, bully.
Okay.
Bring me one down here when you come down next week.
I literally will. Like, I'm serious.
All right, let me know how much it costs.
You need to take him a piece of dragon fruit.
No, he can't keep nothing alive. I'll bring you a punch bag though.
I've kept these dogs alive.
Well, here's the thing. I'm that person. Okay, I don't do well with indoor stuff, but once it gets outside, I do okay with that. That said, a coworker gave me an orchid 2 months ago, a small one.
That ain't happening.
And I'm like,
no universe.
I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And I'm thinking, I'm going to kill this bitch this time next week. I've killed airplanes. I have killed multiple airplanes. I have kept this thing around. I have kept this thing alive for 2 months. It's still blooming.
Linda, you had your chance, and I've never seen you subscribe to my OnlyFans. So. but
oh no!
What my goal is to grow these cayens indoors, and then when I go to the farmer's market to give away the excess or sell it, I'm going to be like, "Hey, you want some endo?" See how I get.
Yeah. Hey, look, I have already picked about 8 cayennes because I kept 2 of those in my greenhouse, and I just put them out about a month and a half ago, and I'm already getting cayennes off of them. So I do know that they will fruit, Cecil. So
well, that sounds awesome.
I can't wait.
I sent Tully some fresh crushed red pepper.
Listen, that red pepper is a bomb too.
Is it awesome?
Yeah, I've used it a couple times now.
Do you want to know? Okay, we have an industrial grinder. I mean, it's steel, the whole 9 yards. That stuff puts off tear gas if you do not.
Oh yeah.
Open up doors and windows and have fans going and stuff. Found that out the hard way.
I've never even thought about making homemade crushed red pepper, but those pepper flakes are some of the most potent, delicious. Like it adds a depth of flavor that you're not going to get from the store. That is it. It really is nuts.
Yep.
And I appreciate you so much for doing that.
Oh no, I'm glad you mentioned, hey, if you ever want to send me something, send me some fresh red pepper flakes. And I'm like, hey, I got you.
Yeah. And we're scheming on the orange oil, I think it is.
Uh-huh.
We're scheming on that still.
Orange extract, basically.
We haven't made any desserts in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
No desserts? Yep. I'm making a homemade barbecue chicken pizza tomorrow.
That sounds amazing, actually.
From scratch.
Sounds really good.
Steve, I didn't send you any food stuff. I'm sorry. I could have sent you some seeds.
Yeah.
I can still send you some seeds.
After we get off here, I'm gonna go in here and knead some dough. Mm.
All right. Well, we've put in the time. We've done the crime.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. Some of us. Morgana's going to be on the road, live from the road.
You said I can't keep anything alive. Look at this thing. I've kept this alive for almost 10 years now. Good dog.
That's sweet. Baby.
Oh, dude, how old is she? I thought she was like 15 years old.
Oh, she's 9. She's 9.
Okay.
But
well, she still got another 9 left.
Yeah, she still acts like a puppy sometimes. Look, she barely got any gray hair on her. That's good upbringing right there.
She looks a lot like mine. It's in the face.
But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow night. Go to the website, buy some merchandise. I'm about done with the new design on the shirt. I hope you guys like it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that earlier. Is I'm gonna get serious about the merch next week.
Yeah, this one's a lot, so it's taking me a while. It's a lot going on in this one. You'll see it.
Bless you, Jenny. Even though I have no power here.
Yeah, and
but we've sent it out to the universe. So
yeah.
And so thank you all so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. And thank you for watching us because we're watching you.
Peace. Peace, 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 peace.